as a Christian music fan, we all get excited when, for King and Country, does a duet with Tori Kelly. Or, right now the buzz is Jelly Roll with Brandon Lake.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I actually had this conversation yesterday. We were talking about, like, Jelly Roll is exposing so many people right now to the gospel.
Uh-oh. Yeah, here we go.
And he also has a lot of stuff in his life. He's, as the church, I'll say the church, a lot of Christians be like, how dare you? How dare he? He's not a Christian. He does this still. He says this. Have you heard his language? And yet, I guess I'm starting to realize, like, Salt and Light looks so different, and God uses all kinds of different people.
Sure. Yeah, the thing about that is, most people don't have a brain. And I'm not saying that you're stupid. I just kind of just said you're stupid. Most people don't think for themselves.
Yeah.
And I'll say that even in my own camp. I tend to be more theologically reformed and more on that spectrum of things. But I hear some reformed people say some of the dumbest stuff. And I'm like, this is my camp. These literally are my people that I would lock arms with. Theologically, I would go to war with. I would go to battle with. I would die for these people who are saying these kind of things. And then they'll turn around and they'll say some of the dumbest stuff. Well, and I said, I don't mean to offend anybody out there, but I hope I offend the right kind of people that are out there who are not thinking critically about the fact that we need to understand what people's limitations are. I'm not going to Jelly Roll and asking him to be R.C. Sproul.
Yes.
I'm not asking him to be a theologian.
Yeah.
What he's sharing from his platform and from his perspective is something that he has lived out in his experience. Russell Brand, the same way.
Exactly. Yep.
New Christian convert, maybe wouldn't platform him as much as some people, but yet and still, from the overflow of his heart, the mouth speaks. And the things that he's saying is exposing a lot of what, the Pharisaicalism that is found in Christianity these days. And so, although I don't need Russell Brand to be Albert Mohler, he's not going to brief me every day on what's going on in politics and culture and life. He's just not that guy. But he can speak from his vantage point and reference point that he has and touch the people in whom God has ordained for him to touch. And I'm actually good with that. Whereas I know friends would be like, Bethel, elevation. And look, I got some problems with some Bethel and some elevation. I'll be the first person to say, look, there's some nonsense that's going on out there. But at the same time, there's a sphere of influence and some people that they're reaching that I might meet them and be like, okay, let's go to the next level. Now let's actually open the Bible and see what it actually says.
Yeah.